What's up, everybody? It's your boy Food. We are seed surfing tonight. Servers up. Doing some testing with world generation. Haven't quite found the one that I'm crazy about yet. I keep getting these like booty ass seeds. Let's see here. Oh, snap. Trying to get a decent island seed here. She's running. Sweet. Let's turn on our auto run. Try to unlock the terrain. Figure out what we're working with here. Slowly unlocking the map. Welcome in chat, gentlemen and ladies. I was messing around with Larian World Generation, and I wasn't too crazy about that. I am not crazy. We're going to be jumping in and out a lot of Minecraft, so we're just going to throw some other music up here. We'll just completely get rid of that. There's one seed that I found, and I was okay with it. And it's like kind of an island. Let's see here. So this is the seed. 15, 122, 33, 509. It's good. It's small. It's kind of what I was looking for. That's what she said. Save. I'll fire her up real quick. Now, let's see here. All right. I started my World Gen journey with Epic Terrain. It's a little fantastical. Not crazy about it. Let's see here. Larian World Generation, Larian Discworld. This one is a little bit more fantasy-like, and this just kind of creates like a smaller, like the same fantasy-like world generation, but in a smaller form, in case you're trying to have like a limited world size, which is what I'm looking for. And then Lithosphere and Lithostitch. So I believe Lithosphere is like the best one that I've found. That in combination with William Withers' Overhauled Overworld is one of the best combinations I've found. It's really great. Every world turns out like super detailed. This mod in particular, so much cool stuff. So this is literally like so many different colors in the trees and stuff. It's super, super dope. Highly recommended. Still generating. I'm gonna throw this guy over here. I'll go ahead and launch the game. What I'm looking for is a smaller island that I can build all my 11th to 13th century stuff on, and also have custom NPCs installed on, so that I can conduct large-scale medieval style battles with other players or NPC factions that I create. In the long run, that's what I'm aiming for. I've gone ahead and saved all my builds from all my other worlds with Axiom and structure blocks. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go through all the channels to be able to use Axiom on my server. So I'm just going to use structure blocks. Some may think that's a little harder. I just can't be bothered with it, honestly. I don't want to fool with it, so. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, this seed. Where are we at? Oh, it's launched. Okay. This seed, 15, 122, 33, 509. It has different variations depending on which world generation mod you have installed, and I just, haven't figured out the best combo yet, but that's what we're working on. We'll throw up our journey map here. The reason I use journey map is because I can use it in VR, which is my preferred way of playing when I'm actually playing the game. The other map mod, not so much. Can't use it. With Journey Map, I can look at my arm, and it's on my wrist. It's just blasted there, and I can change the font size. It's super customizable. It's super old too compared to the more recent like preferred map mods that people use. I can't remember the name of it. Let's see here. What is it? Zero's map mod. Yep, I've tried it. Zero is great. Zero's map mod. I liked it, but I couldn't use it in VR. Tried it a few times. No bueno. So we are going to just zoom around here real quick. Kind of unlock the Fog of War. I think we're going to start our first build. Nice and steady. Nice and slow. Just the way she likes it. Cruising. So I'm using an auto run and simply walk mod for this. So auto run, you obviously just hotkey a button and it auto runs. Simply walk is pretty dope. You can click variable speeds for it. I like blasting off with like the, full on run. And then once the world generation starts bottlenecking, slow it down and let it catch back up. Like when you're seed surfing as much as I do, it takes forever. You go through a world and you're trying to find an ideal size, and it's just like, it takes forever. So I've literally just set auto run, blast off in the sky so I'm not hitting trees. Sometimes you'll hit mountains, and I'll just walk off. I'll go off and do something and come back, and it's just, stuck in a tree or something. Or I'll come back and I'm completely gone past all the land masses and I'm in the middle of the ocean. But it saves me time. I can go do other stuff. I've gone around and unlocked this map like a dozen times doing different world generation and stuff. You install a mod, come back, try it, see if it's different, see what's changed. And there's one specific seed that I really liked, and I can't find the ideal mod combo that I used to have. And I want to say it was in late 2024 when I had this seed, or either all the mods I had installed at the time had been updated, and I'll just never ever be able to get that type of world generation ever again with that specific seed. I don't know. But I've tried dozens of, if not hundreds of different mod combinations to try and like get that seed again, and just can't. I can't find it. So this is what we're stuck with. Find a new seed. This is the closest I can get to it. And then I want to set up a world border. So There's another mod I like called River Redux, which kind of widens the rivers, makes them like where you can travel. Um, but I don't have that installed. Not in this mod combo. Console, everything looks good here. So this is what I mean by the bottleneck. Like, because every time I seed surf, I'll just go through and delete the seed and then the world file, and it'll just completely regenerate. And it does this every first time. Once it unlocks the land masses and stuff, it'll like remember it, and then you don't have to unlock the map again. But I've got like 64 gigs of RAM, so the bottleneck isn't too hardcore. And I think I've got 20K allocated to Minecraft. With the amount of mods that I've got, 8,500 isn't enough. So, like, for example, I've got Eureka ships and Valkyrian Skies mod installed, so it eats up hella RAM trying to like just pilot a ship in Minecraft. It slows it down to a screeching halt. And then if you got other players that are also trying to pilot ships, depending on the size of the mass, it just eat away at your RAM. But that's in single player. I was renting a server through this company, like I said, 2 years ago, and prices have significantly changed since then because of RAM being so expensive. So, a server that might have cost you maybe $30 2 years ago now costs you just under $79. So that's pretty rough. And that is why I'm trying to find a significantly smaller island than what I was used to. I believe I've been seed surfing for the last 3 days now, and this, like, every time I keep coming back to this one, so I think this is the one for sure. It's got a majority of the biomes that I like. There's not anything else that's too close or too far away. It's like scary far. And, you know, it kind of checks all the boxes for me. Preferably to have another island close by that's like a desert island would be cool, because you could kind of like reenact like the Holy Wars. You know, that'd be cool. Which is kind of what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for 11th to 13th century lore. No fantasy, not low fantasy, no fantasy. You think Bannerlord, you know, Mountain Blade. You're just commanding armies of NPCs to battle over territory. That's it. So I think this is the perfect size island for something like that. Have like a main city spawn area in the middle, and then, you know, 2 main factions, one in the north, one in the south. And if it gets popular, you know, expand the world border over time. We are going to set our time cycle to 72,000 ticks for our day and 24,000 ticks for our nights. And times a day. That gives us about an hour for daylight, which is my preferred sweet spot for daylight. I believe Minecraft is around 10 or 20 minutes for day cycles, 10-20 minutes for night cycles. And I just hate that. It's super annoying. I want to be able to like build and harvest resources for hours. When you have limited time to play, that's not super ideal, but 1 hour of daylight is like my favorite. Like that's the sweet spot for me. So, and I think 24,000 ticks is I think that's 20 minutes nighttime. So. Oh, I've got the physics mod installed. I forgot about that. Snow. We're going to turn snow physics off because I hate that. Dynamic blocks. That's going to stay off. Cloth, I usually leave that on. Ocean, I leave that on because that looks dope. Especially when you're sailing your personal ships around. Where is it? Collapse. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure. There we go. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So collapsing blocks is a thing with the physics mod. But I only have that installed locally, not on the server itself. Found that out the hard way. Built some badass build and then accidentally tunneled underneath it and it collapsed the wall. So that sucked. We are trucking. Slow it down here. Give you an idea of what we're looking at here. This is the size of our island. Very cool. Yep. We're going to aim back this direction because I'm not trying to load in all that. Start plopping my builds in, and I'm just gonna like build around that. And I think I'm just gonna do like a central city in the middle. I updated Conquest Reforged, and there's a bunch of block gradients that I've used in the past, and I just haven't been on Conquest in a while, so I had to like relearn how to do the gradients, but the block palettes are pretty dope. And this is pretty great color combo here. This as well. We're almost there. we're there. Oh, a little ways to go still. There we go. We are closing in. Beautiful. Slow it down a little bit. Go and close out this little patch up here real quick. Awesome. Yep, this is lovely. Whole lot of trees. It's dope. Once you start carving your way through the woods, creating little pathways and stuff, this is one of the coolest world gen mods you can get. The little like rocky cliff sides, like that's exactly what I've been looking for. Okay, we're there. We got it. Slow down. I don't have Axiom installed, so can't really use it on the server. I am thinking my main hold is going to be here because I want to build a badass bridge right here. And we're going to do a bunch of crazy diagonal builds. So I think we're going to use this point right here. This high point. What's my RAM at? Sweet. 30%. That's our high point. No, we're gonna go right through here. I like this. All right. That's our guy. accidentally jumped out. I didn't mean to do that. Trying to turn my master volume down. There we go. That's probably gonna be way better. Well, it's still kind of loud, bro. There we go. That's probably ideal. Get rid of this old tree. There we go, love. I think. 7. We'll just go with that. That's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. I think we're gonna do double tower here. I'm beginning to wonder if I should have not done a straight bridge here. You know what? We're just gonna ride with it. It's like the whole, you know, it doesn't have to get done, but it has to be perfect. That's literally me. Usually I'm pretty good at locating the wood and chopping it down, but with Conquest Reforged, you can't really see it that well because the leaves are so dense. Locating the wood. going to be a pretty cool gradient. I can already tell. I've noticed with Conquest Reforged, when you're doing gradients, you want to do them 2 blocks high at a time. It just works out better that way. If you're working with a smaller build, it tends to fill the space better. Sometimes you can only do it 1 block high and it's like a really extreme gradient in a short amount of distance. That's okay. But doing it 2 blocks is kind of like that sweet spot for me. And the last one. That's a beautiful gradient. All right. Not too concerned with it being super crazy symmetrical. We might do a like really dope ass tower on one of these, like a crazy topper and all that, but time will tell. Got 2 trees here? Yeah, we do. Unfortunately, I gotta tear them down. Oh, we got 3. I was trying to avoid tearing all the trees down here because there's only a handful of them here. It is what it is. We'll replant trees later. we are going to high. And then gradually start working our way back. We may build some walls down here in the future. Go ahead and peep out our map here. There we go. It's looking almost square. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm with that. It's gonna be one of our towers. We'll figure it out later. Pulling these gradients up. I don't know where we're gonna go with that. Figure that out later though. Alright. Two, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. This week I haven't been playing too many video games. Doesn't seem like, at least. Trying to power through Pokemon Black 2. That's pretty exciting. It's a tough game. So, Who remembers playing GTA 3? That's a throwback, right? The original on the PS2. I do. That game was the game that got me into gaming. Other than Duck Hunt. Yeah, so. If you ever played GTA 3, you probably listened to game radio. And that will forever be seared into my brain. That radio station was so cool. For its time, couldn't beat it. My little childhood peanut brain, um, it was mystical. And Lord Sear, the DJ, died the other day. Black Rob was on that radio station. Sean Price was on that radio station. Royce the 5'9" was on that radio station. All of these very influential artists had a huge impact on my childhood. Everyone but Royce the 5'9" and I think Agala. They're gone. I think that radio station had like 5 or 6 songs. But, you know, wow, what a great 5 or 6 songs. No, that whole soundtrack was really good. Even the pop station. Like, now that I think about it, I love that whole soundtrack. Rise FM introduced me to trance music. I remember hearing Rise FM for the first time, and I think I was in middle school or high school. I can't remember. And hearing that and just like hearing the laser sounds was like, yo, this has to be what everybody's listening to right now. And that's what got me into trance music. And then like hearing the drum and bass radio station, bro. Classic. Absolute bangers. All of those. I loved every minute of it. So good. It's like I won't never forget hearing, you know, what do you say? Yo, what up? It's game radio. It ain't nothing but a chicken wing with a big butt laying on your lap. That shit was dope, bro. You know, honestly, like, I didn't realize how much of an impact drum and bass had on my childhood growing up. Like, I don't know where y'all grew up, but like the PS2 era, like, it's just like this crazy, like, it was just drum and bass everywhere for me. And like, hell, even PS1, like, I remember going to a friend of my dad's house and like hanging out over there and like just hearing drum and bass and then playing Final Fantasy 9 and everybody's just hanging out, you know, not caring the world. That shit's dope. I really like how that turned out. Yep, drum and bass. huge influence on my life. We may put some kind of weird secondary building here, but not right now. I am thinking dilapidate this corner like slightly. Judging by how much time I've got, we're gonna fool with this tower today. Slide that bitch over there. Yep, I think we're right with that. Too much. Yep, I like that. Okay. Now we're going to bring in a different stone variant because I don't want to overdo it with that color. Let's do... You know what? Yep, we're going to do this guy. Oh, I did not see that. Wow, okay. Let's get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this whole hotbar. Do this color variant. And maybe one of those guys. That's pretty cool. So we did dark on the bottom up to light. So let's start with the light and then go back up dark. Oh, look. I'm gonna speckle it in here. Whoa. gonna start going in aggressively with this gradient. I'm not sure what type of roof I'm going to put on this. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, like that. I may leave this for some type of decorative medallion. What do we got? We're gonna try one of these columns. Wonder if this texture's been fixed yet. We'll try that. Try one of those. Oh, mosaics. Could use some of those. All right. We are going to start. First of all, let's see if this is. Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay. We'll leave a few of these open. It'll look like perfect. Look like, worn down. Let's see here. Yep, I like that. Although if I leave these open spaces, I don't know how it'll look with that column. That looks pretty cool. We'll go with that. Maybe. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh, my wife's texting me. back. Yeah. My wife's trying to get nighty night shoogies. So I'm finna handle that business real quick. Any of y'all would too. Got me on point for baby girl. Alright. Oh snap. See my posters? Yeah, what posters? Alright, mosaics. This one's pretty dope. Ride with this guy. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. Yeah, that is that color. Beautiful. Worked out great. We'll do a wood variant. Some type of strapped block. Vive use this color. The carved oak wood joint. Yeah. That bitch gonna look so clean. Yee. Man, would you look at that? Oh shit, we missing a block. Right there. Oh, we're gonna put that bitch right there too. Shit. Here we go. Alright, we're gonna grab some of our Tudor frame blocks. We probably gonna do one of these ugly yellow plaster Tudor blocks. Right here. You know what? No, I don't want to do that. I always do the Tudor. Maybe I can do a different color. Plaster. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a plaster. Do one of them joints. I wonder. Oh, there's all kinds of block variants there. Let's pull up an arch. Preferably a brick arch. Yeah. You know what? I always do brick arches. I'll try to get out of my comfort zone here. This is going to be a pretty tall window. We'll go 5 high. No, that's way too big. That's still kind of big. Perfect. Throw in a... Yeah, I like that. Kind of matches the oak. Let's try this stucco arch. No. I like that. I like that, by God. See what kind of sweeping, crazy roof lines we come up with. Start going down. So... We'll do it like that. Let's see what that turns out like. Alright, let's pick our color palettes here. Oh yeah, the thatch joints. Hell yeah. That must be new. I don't remember ever seeing that. Stick with the old diamond. We'll do the clay beaver. We definitely gonna use some slabs. We definitely finna use some vertical slabs and maybe some of... Oh my god, I just launched Steam VR. We are doomed. Alright, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. Steam launching? Nope, turn signal is, of course, though. You gotta go, bruh. Steam VR just launched again. Jesus. Come on. Go on, get out of here. There we go. Turn signal. Okay, cool. We're in the clear. Man, it's nighttime. Alright. Our beaver tail orange clay tile. What can we do with this? What's gonna look good? Do we want an overhang? Possibly. Let's see what that looks like. I'm digging it. Oh, Oh snap, we got that Morrowind music in the background. See, this is the problem with diagonal builds and roof overhangs. It starts getting crazy on the sides. I'm not crazy about it. Then you gotta start using slabs. Maybe it won't be too bad. Maybe we can do it like this. We'll try this. See what this looks like. A lot of times, so the roof's always the hardest, right? A lot of times I end up building the roof and having to rebuild it, and I hate doing that. Try to avoid that, and that is why I don't like the roof overhang right here. It starts getting crazy. Good thing you can kind of remedy it with the slabs like this. Maybe that'll work. We're gonna see. I think it's gonna turn out nice though. Pew 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 pew. All right. We gonna see though. Nothing set in stone here. Sometimes it just works itself out. That's what we're gonna do there. Gia. It's like Ryder. GTA San Andreas used to say, Gia. Alright, get rid of these little uglies here. That little ugly. Slabs. Nope. I think that's working out. Kind of happy with it. Okay. Yep. We're gonna have to bring these down eventually. or else that gable's gonna look crazy as hell. Like that. Maybe we can remedy this with... Wifey came to visit. Get over here. Get in there. Get off me. About to crack open a cold one. Yeah, that hit right. Okay. Nope. Not a fan of that. We can use these, though. These work out pretty well. Gonna make it a little higher. Can you double them? Yeah. That's probably what we're gonna end up doing there. And I'm happy with that. I'm okay with that. So 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. It's not looking too horrible. I actually like that. So that's a good sign. I'm not gonna blow it up with TNT. How are we going to do this? Okay, so the gable. 3. You know what? we're going to do this. We are going to jog this over. We'll do it 3 at a time. 3, 3, 3, like so. And we will use our vertical tiles to fill in the gaps. Oh, excuse me. Whoop. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Honestly, you're not even going to be able to see that gradual step down gradient from way the fuck back here. It's going to look cool though. So we're going to ride with it. I'm happy with that. Like neo-gothic. Kinda. Oh no. Nope. Slash weather clear. 999999. Neo-gothic. Roman restoration style. That bitch is bad, son. All right. Let's. I wonder if I'll be better off using the vertical tiles here. Probably not. Because it jogs off this way slowly, I can utilize the vertical tiles being offset to one side. But will I be able to place this on top? Yes, I will. Okay. Okay, we're gonna reverse this. Now we're gonna set this one here. And this one here. And let's see what that looks like. Yeah. That's it. That's it, shorty. It's your birthday. Nope. Goodbye. Fuck that. What we can do here is gradient it out. Just like that. Nope. 3, 4. And maybe we'll add one here. And one right here. Now this is where you can start getting into the weeds with adding vertical tiles, because you can literally just go crazy going all the way down, and you just be here for days, ages, just adding vertical tiles. And in the long run, it'll look ugly as hell, and you'll just be unhappy with it and want to delete everything. So we're gonna leave that just the way it is. What we can do go ahead and add some more windows. I do a window here. Not like that. We'll do a window like this. Well, hold on now. Let's see if we have a column color to match the oak wood. Like this sandstone, perhaps. Hell, we can go with the simple one or the fancy, crazy looking one. Doesn't really matter. We'll try 3 different ones. That's crazy, ill, Mac Daddy OG one. Simple. And yep, I like that. I'll go with that guy. Now we're going to add some window panes. There's 2 different variants. The reggae, regular variant, and then the variant of window pane that just attaches to the crazy arch blocks. So I think we're gonna try this guy, and we'll see if this is one of them. Yep, it is. So this is an arch block. Delete it, and yep, that goes away. See, it just kind of climbs up to it. Now, alternatively, we can use any Conquest Reforged slab. And if you place this under this window, alternatively, as it climbs up, the window will also climb down. So, that's a cool feature. Boom. 2 windows. We'll do the same thing here. What is this? 1, 2, 3. If I had Axiom, I can just blast through these walls. No problem. 1, 2, 3. My 3rd block up is my arch. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Window. Shit. I'm too used to playing with Axiom. Okay. There's our windows. I am highly satisfied with the way this has turned out. Victory sip. Okay. I want to put a walkway here, but I also want to offset the roof just a tad bit. I don't want it to be even with anything here. So we're going to go down to this level. And we're going to use some supports, because these look pretty dope. Maybe. I gotta finish this. There we go. Okay. Two, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, Okay. Maybe here we will start using our Tudor box frames. Because I can't get enough of them. We're going to stick with the yellow one because it looks similar to this plaster. It's literally the same texture. Just for this walking path. We may change this in the future, but for now, this shall work. We're going to have a little bump out so it looks fancy. I like to go 4 or 5 high. And I like my windows to go all the way to the ground. Okay. We're going to do a crazy, super crazy arched roof line on this, and we're going to use a different texture too. I don't want too many windows though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a shame. This is an even number. We'll go to the outside, go into. Big old gangster windows. We can change this up. We're not going to use that one. Nope. Radio menu is not available. The support platform. Grab a slab here. We're not going to use these anymore. Kind of make it a little bit thicker than just the platform. There we go. There we go. Sweet. And I'm happy with that. All right. Let's grab our oak. This is going to be the start of our roof line. We'll go to here with it. We'll make it a little different. Pick our roof. We're going to go with this cracked deep slate tile. I like that. It's pretty dope looking. We'll go ahead and grab our slab variants. We're going to probably need some of those. I'm not going to use corbels on this. We'll start it with a stair block. Use a regular block. And then a vertical tile. That's probably going to be steep as hell. I have found with doing super steep roof lines like this that if you do a regular block, a slab, a regular block, it usually works out well. Times 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then your regular block. And it gives a gradual slope that's steep, but it doesn't look like absurd. And super far away, you're not going to be able to see that because it's dark. Hell, it may even... No, it's not going to cover up the window. We'll begin with the facade on the front and then build out the back later. block. 1, 2, 3. Three. And then a full block. And that's probably going to be the pitch of our roof. That's probably not going to be that wide, but we're going to work with it. And that's going to look lovely. All right, now let's throw in some fancy pants Tudor blocks. These tend to be too fancy. I like sticking to the X pattern. They seem to be just fancy enough. I just end up doing, you know what? Maybe we change the color a little bit. We'll just flank these windows with the X block. It's not like too much, but there's enough of a texture difference, like a variation. I like that. I like that a lot. That sets it off. It's not too busy. It's just right. Now we're going to add some arrow slits down here. We're going to go ahead and grab, well, let's leave that corbel. We'll switch this out because I don't think I'm going to need, well, I may add some of these to that tower. So our most common gradient here is going to be this light color. I'm going to jump into our radial menu by pressing V on the keyboard and grab our arrow slits. We may be doing 3 or 4 on this bottom right here. We want it to be right in the middle. Perfect. Now what I like to do here is grab a stair and we're going to throw a stair block, stair block, stair block, arrow slit. Now I usually do my arrow slits 2 high, but this is a really big build, so we're going to do them 3 high. And it's going to stand out quite a bit. And the reason why I like to pick the lightest color gradient when I'm doing arrow slits on a gradient wall is because it's just light enough, because the arrow slits are so small, you can't really see them. But you can see the difference in variation from the gradient, from the lighter to the darker color. So it's more pronounced. If you do it with a darker color, you just can't really see it that well. We'll just leave it like that. I'm alright with that. We'll do arrow slits on this later because I still need to build a stairwell inside of the building, and I don't want it to be in line with these arrow slits. I want them to gradually go down at an angle. But for now, we're going to grab some of these guys and start filling out this arch. And this is going to be imperfect. It's not going to be great, but we're going to make it great. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Let's start down here. Do away with those. Oh, we might have a little bit more room chopping that out. We might even do one of those. Let's try a whole block. Not crazy about that. It's like the arch, the opening isn't wide enough to do that type of arch. So, let's start over. 3, 1, 2, 3. Do that, and drop that one in the middle. Now I have an arch. Easily could use this and just solve all my problems. But I do that all the time. I don't want to do that this time, so. I'm happy with that. 'Tis perfect, darling. Bro, I have a legit mob spawner underneath me right now, and it sounds wild. Oh, it's inside this building. The building that I built. That's where all the mobs are. Alright, what are we going to do about this? Let's build out this entrance, I guess. We'll start with the darkest gradient here. Like I said earlier, I want to add another building here. So we're going to actually jog this over quite a bit. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. This is 3, 3. tres. Um, let's do. What color do I want to use? Let's switch it up. Let's use. Never used this color palette before. I have these though. Stick with that. This is gonna jog that way. So does that line up with that? Yes, it does. Go and get out of here now. Bro, I'm trying to not hurt you. Leave. That lines up perfectly. Go ahead and do our gradients. Beautiful. I'm not crazy about that. That's kind of ugly. Let's kick it back. Throw in some of these guys. We'll just skip that whole gradient altogether. Damn, it's still adding them in. It's too light. Oh, I see. It's got the little brick coloring in it. Okay. And now we're going to add. Nope, wrong one. I'm gonna add that guy in here. I'm gonna slowly. Grab that guy. 2, 1. Do this guy like that. Kind of just blend it in. Sweet. Okay. Pick up our gradient where we left off here. Okay. Really getting tired of hearing that. Holy mackerel kingfish. Bruh. Time to get to killing. Shut your ass up, little bitch. Shut your ass up. Out of here. Good boy. Go to sleep. All right. Hey, y'all finna have to die too. Shut your ass up. So through with you. All right. Let's do 3, 2, 2. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Yep, did 3 through the whole thing off. We're gonna do that. And we'll do this one at 2 high for gradient shift because you're gonna see this is gonna be visible. The other part doesn't really matter. This part does. It's just enough of a difference. And you know what? We're going to do the same thing we did with the last build. Is that the same? No, it's not. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now this guy. I don't want this to be super wide. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Yep. Okay. So it's just going to add one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to be the width of our catwalk. It'll essentially be 9 blocks wide because I'm going to have the bump out with the supports and the Tudor box frames. We'll go back and add wood to this later. for now. We're just getting the frame started. We'll do it like that for now. There we go. Window. Window. Two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I believe that's the height. Open our windows. Those are complete. I'm not sure how this is all going to tie in later, but I'm sure we'll figure it out later. Those are too tall. And the slab. And we'll throw that guy in there like that. Do that guy like so. And then the full regular block. I might have built this thing way too tall. We finity though. Full block. Okay, nope, this is gonna work out just fine. Okay. So what we're gonna do here, because it's an even number, usually when you're doing a roof line or like really steep pitch, you want to do it with uneven numbers so that you have a single block at the top. But thanks to Conquest Reforged having vertical tiles, you can just double them up. So I may actually go 2 blocks higher. There's that guy. Now we'll do one because I'll put one on the other side. It'll be two. Just like that. And that's pretty steep. See what it looks like without it. Wow! What have I done? Okay, that's better. I like that. It's just offset enough from the other roof line. Now we're going to do a cobblestone, but with a corner block, I think. I believe that's pronounced Kuons. It's pretty much like a cobblestone with a stone corner. These are really good for square builds, not octagonal or oval or randomly shaped builds like this. So I'm going to try and make it work because I really like this stone. As long as it's connecting to another block, maybe we'll wait. See, you got like the cornerstone. It looks cool. Not here though. You'll just get stone. We will do where's cobblestone? Oh, that can't be it. I guess it is. That looks wild to me. But no one's gonna see it, so it is what it is. Just closing this gap. Make that go away. Can we do maybe just like a clay roof coming off of that? And I think that'll look cool. Go up one more here. One more here. Maybe one more. gonna do an orange clay. This terracotta. I haven't used that one yet. And one of those guys. How is this going to look next to a full block? It's not bad. I'm not crazy about that. I like the tile. It's missing something. Perhaps another Tudor frame. I think I know what I'm gonna do here. That's gonna be just in line with that. I don't want that. Let's offset this by 1 block. And it's offset by this. Perfect. And this will make it a little bit wider. Definitely add depth to the build. Oh, excuse me. I am also not satisfied with that. I hate the color of the Tudor. It is close, but it's not the right color. I think it's too high. I want this to gradient down. Perhaps the offset's too much.
do this section first. And let's just use a white shooter frame. I want it to be 4 high. I like that a lot better. The roof line will jog into that window, though. So... let's see here. You know what? Let's just get rid of this window. That'd be the easy thing to do. I wonder. No, can't do that. Okay, well, that's a stinker. That's too low. You bitch. I think it's almost gonna look funny being that close to the bump out from the brick below. Maybe not. Cool thing is about these corners here, I can put a diagonal corbel on the bottom, and it's going to just bump that out a little bit further. Throwing our little diagonal corbel. I think I gotta hit it at an angle like this. Yep. Boom. Does that look funny though? Yeah, it does. It's not touching anything. Well. That's gonna have to do. And much like the last roof line, we'll do this one the same way. I left. Missed these guys. Perfect. It's a full block. Nope, I was right. Full block, full block, full block, full block. She's coming right along. Oh my god. There we go. All right. This roof is going to go forever. bad boy right on in to the pre-existing roof line. Just like so. Beautiful. It's like it was meant to be there. We're getting there. Holy mackerel kingfish. We're getting there. I think I'm going to do away with that and add a gradient slope there with my flat tile bricks. Oh, this is supposed to be a full block here, here, here. 2, 2, 2. There. There and there. There we go. I believe that's it. Nope. Full block. That's it. All right. Now our flat gradients. I'll just add a full block there. Call it a day. You see, now that roof line looks weird. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. That's one more building done. Now, how are we going to tie into this? Who knows? However it ties in, it's going to have to be part of this catwalk. So that should be interesting.
We are going to get rid of that. This is going to be part of something. Make it jog out. Oh, excuse me. Let's grab this guy. We're going to throw a fancy pants border block up. And then some of these guys. Just like that. Do we have a beam? Yes, we do. Try to switch up the textures a little bit. I wonder. Oh. Can I use this one? Let's try that. I like this one better. Try the slab variant. Oh, now my nose is going to start running. Okay, not a fan of that. We will use these support beams, but less of them. Does that match? No, it doesn't. But that's all right. And here, we are going to use this same color palette. But reversed. Whoops. All right. I'm going to try this again.
stained glass window. That should switch things up. I like that. Try some of these. Like that. And we'll do one more. Okay. Yep. We're gonna throw this off a little bit. Put that guy there. Oh yeah, we use this, and then this, and that will be that guy. And there's that. That should blend together pretty well, I think. When all these roof lines meet up, this will be like a little walkway. A little cutesy wootsy walkway. Walk in, you can see all this. There's going to be entrances to shops. And yeah, it's going to be dope. The red diamond clay shingle. Here we're going to keep things simple. We're going to do these 2 high, and then bump it up 1, and then 2 high, and then bump it up 1. Like that. Oh no. I see what I did. So the reason this roof line was even at the top is because there's a bump out with a support on the front and not on the back. The back is actually even with the stone. Not the way that was intended. So we are going to try to hide this by making it more visible. I'm drawing attention to it. No mistakes here. All right. We need to start filling this in.
Start doing our gradients. Oh, excuse me. We are almost there already. Nice. Okay, yep, we're going to tie this directly into this. Four, three. Okay, that's the template we're going to go by. And that is my fourth one. I'm gonna get out of here now. There we go. Beautiful. What the hell? And there you have it. Ooh. Yep, that's gonna work out. I think. I hope. I think it works out. And we'll just fill this out the rest of the way. Honestly, you're probably not even going to see that gradient, so it doesn't even matter.
those. Grab a corbel. Because we'll definitely be able to hide this in this corner. There you go. Like that. Beautiful. 'Tis imperfect, but will work. Now, this is going to go into this interior. I will probably end up deleting this later, but for now, we're going to leave it. Put in our guide block. That's going to obviously be hidden. All right. We are going to tie directly in. With this block here. And we're going to make this a crazy steep gable. We are going to get rid of this and attempt to do a little bit steeper of a gable. will be magnificent. We're going to widen this up to about a 2 or a 3. And it's going to take on a square shape. So the fundamentals of this style of roofline, I actually have to start over. And this is how I'm going to do it. We're going to get our center. I believe that's going to be my height. No, it's going to be a little bit taller. We'll do a full block as our base. I believe we did 3 here. One, 2. Okay, so we did 2 here. The next one . 3, 4, 5. So this should be a whole block. Yep. Okay. Now we begin going up. Is that going to be steep enough? That very well may be. But I want it to be shallow enough. So if it isn't steep enough, I can add to it. So we're going to do a whole block. And then a whole block. And then a double block. And then double block, double block. That is the style roofline that I want. Okay. This should tie in interestingly to the pre-existing roofline. 2, 2, 1, 1. Oh, excuse me. What is this? Whole block. Okay. Whole block. This is my... Yep. Okay, there's that guy. That guy. This is another whole block. Another whole block. Vertical slab. Vertical slab. Vertical slab. Whole block. Whole block. These will be vertical slabs as well. Sweet. And that's going to tie right into that roof line. This is not going to be part of that roof line. And we'll tie it all in with slabs. All right. So, there you have it. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and grab our vertical quarter. I'm gonna grab the whole one. Yeah, well, let's just wait on that. One, two, three. All right, now bring this bad guy up. Like that. Sweet. All right. This is our 3 full. 3. 3. Full. 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 All right, now it is starting to get steep. ties right into our old roof line. Whole block. And this will be my 3 block. Whole block. And this is going to be a corner block. Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to need the vertical. Whole block. Whole block. There we go. All right. Starting to get that shape that we like. Starting to get that little apple bottom shape. And there is your tower. Shit, I could have been playing with shaders on this whole time. Apply. It's about to be atmospheric as fuck. And that's the end of the stream. Yep. All right. We're going to zoom around real quick and look at it. And snap some screenshots real fast. Beautiful. Beautiful, mate. Oh, yeah. That took a minute to load in. What is our view distance at? 25. Sodium extra render. Fog's at 20. Single fog. Beautiful, mate. Simply marvelous. I am not crazy about that. That may have to go. Oh, excuse me.
getting some pretty massive frame drops. All those shadows. I wonder. Is that gonna change anything? VSync is on? Psh, nerd. Let's check our... GPU is at 80%. RAM, 60. Let's turn VSync off and crank it up to unlimited. GPU's at 100%. We're still getting dips in the 30s. But it's not as bad as it was. There we go. It's because OBS is eating up some of my resources. Computer doesn't know what to do. It's malfunctioning. Alright. There we have it. And that's the end of the stream. Thank you for anyone that's joined me tonight. It's been a pleasure. Farewell.